I know it's painful, but take a trip down memory lane for just a moment. Remember the first big bill? Remember what it was? Call it out. The stimulus bill, the porculus bill. An $862 billion boondoggle. It was a political payoff of the highest order. And we fought that, you fought that. We launched a website and launched events across the country. You spoke out. I think in many ways that was the match that lit the Tea Party revolt. Don't you think so? The very first thing that came out was that stimulus bill is going to cost every American family almost $10,000. Just that stimulus bill. It wasted money on pet projects across the country. It piled up even more debt. It jacked up government to make it even bigger. And here's the tragic part. While those politicians dithered and played political payout games, we lost 2.7 million private sector jobs. That's families that are hurting. That's people who deserve better from their politicians and not getting it. And then, and speaking of this boondoggle, and sometimes the vice president is merely a comical figure. I know that. It's embarrassing, but also comical to hear Uncle Joe talk sometimes. But this vice president actually said to Time magazine this week, and this is something I want to make sure we understand just how out of touch with reality sometimes the left is. Or sometimes it's probably being charitable. Often the left is. With 2.7 million job losses during their failed stimulus bill, with all of the waste and fraud and abuse that clearly have been evident from that bill now being exposed to the American public, some of which are in our Americans for Prosperity Foundation TV ads. I hope you've seen those ads calling these guys on the stimulus bill. But after all of that, the vice president, speaking of his stimulus bill, actually said this to Time magazine, quote, "Now this is where the fun starts," close quote. That's how out of touch he is. Unemployment claims are on the rise. You saw the numbers, 500,000. Unemployment is staying high. People are hurting. And these guys with their political payoffs and their big spending bills are talking about this is where the fun starts? Mr. Vice President, with all due respect, I think the fun's going to start this November.